ब्रह्मणस्पतानः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्रयवत् गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ नमो भगवते रुद्राय ॐ नमस्ते रुद्रमण्यवहुतो दैशवे नमः नमस्ते अस्तु धन्वने बाहुभ्यामुदते नमः या तैषु शिवतमा शिवं बभूवते धनुः शिवा शरव्या या तवतया नो रुद्रमृडया या ते रुद्रशिवा तनूरघोरा पापकाशिनी तया नस्तनुभाषन्तमया गिरिशन्तापि चाकशीः यामिषुं गिरिशन्तहस्ते बिभर्ष्यस्तवे शिवां गिरिध्रतां कुरु माहिगंसे पुरुषं जगत् शिवेन वचसा त्वा गिरिशाच्चावदामसि यथा नः सर्वमिज्जगदयक्ष्मगं सुमनामसत् अद्य वोचदधिवक्ता प्रथमो दैव्योऽभिषक् अहेगश्च सर्वाञ्जम्भयन् सर्वाश्च यातु धान्यः असौ यस्ताम्रो अरुण उत बभ्रुः सुमङ्गलः ये चेमागुं रुद्राभितो दिक्षु श्रिताः सहस्रशो वै शागुं हेडैमहे असव्यो वसर्पति नीलग्रीवो विलोहितः उतैनं गोपा अदृशन्नदृशन् दहार्यः उतैनं विश्वा भूतानि सदृष्टो मृडयातिनः नमो अस्तु नीलग्रीवाय सहस्राक्षाय मीधुषे अतो ये अस्य सत्त्वान्नोऽहं तेभ्यो करन्नमः प्रमुञ्च धन्वनस्त्वमुभयोरात्मियोर्जाम् याश्च देहस्तैषवः पराता भगवो वपा अवतत्यधनुस्त्वगुं सहस्राक्षशतेषु धे निशीर्य शल्याणां मुखा शिवो नः सुमना भव विद्यं धनुः कपर्भिनो विशल्यो बाणवागुम्भुता अनेशन्नस्येष वहाबुरस्य निषङ्गतिः या ते हेतिर्मीडुष्टमहस्ते बभूवते धनुः कयास्मान् विश्वतस्त्वमयक्ष्मया परिभुजा नमस्ते अस्त्वायुधाय नातताय धृष्णवे उभाभ्यामुदते नमो बाहुभ्यां तव धन्वने परिते धन्वनो हेतिरस्मान् गृणन्तु विश्वतः अतो यदिषुधिस्तवारे अस्मन्निदेहितम् नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्र्यम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदा शिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः नमो हिरण्यवाहवे सेनान्ये दिशां च पतये नमो नमो वृक्षेभ्यो हरि पतये नमो नमो बब्लुषाय विद्याधिने ज्ञानां पतये नमो नमो हरिकेशायोपवीतिने पुष्टानां पतये नमो नमो भवस्य हेते जगतां पतये नमो नमो रुद्राय तथा विने क्षेत्राणां पतये नमो नमः सूताय हन्ताय वनानां पतये नमो नमो रोहिताय स्तपतये वृक्षाणां पतये नमो नमो मन्त्रिणे वाणिजाय कक्षाणां पतये नमो नमो भुवन्तये वारिवस्कृताय औषधीनां पतये नमो नमः उच्चये घोषाय क्रन्दयते पत्नीनां पतये नमो नमः कृष्णवीताय धावते सत्त्वनां पतये नमः सहमानाय निव्याधिन आव्याधिनीनां पतये नमो नमः ककुभाय निषङ्गिने सेनानां पतये नमो नमो निषङ्गिन इषुधिमते तस्कराणां पतये नमो नमो वञ्चते परिवञ्चते स्नायूनां पतये नमो नमो निचेरवे परिचरायारण्यानां पतये नमो नमः श्रिकाविभ्यो जिगातुं सद्यो मुष्णतां पतये नमो नमो श्रीमद्भ्यो नक्तं चरभ्य प्रकृन्तानां पतये नमो नमः उष्णीषिणे गिरिचराय कुलुञ्चानां पतये नमो नमः इषुमद्भ्यो धन्वादिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः आतन्वानेभ्यः प्रतिदधानेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः आयच्छद्भ्यो विसृजद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमोऽस्यभ्यो विद्यद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमः आसीनेभ्यः शयानेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः स्वपद्भ्यो जाग्रद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमः तिष्ठद्भ्यो धावद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सभाभ्यः सभापतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो अश्वेभ्योऽश्वपतिभ्यश्च वो नमः नम आव्याधिनीभ्यो विविध्यन्तीभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः उगणाभ्यस्त्रिगुंहतीभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः गृत्सेभ्यो गृत्सपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः व्रातेभ्यो व्रातपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः गणेभ्यो गणपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः विरूपेभ्यो विश्वरूपेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो महद्भ्यः क्षुल्लकेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रथेभ्यो रथपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रथेभ्यो रथपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सेनाभ्यः सेनानिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः शत्रुभ्यः सङ्ग्रहीतृभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सक्षभ्यो रथकारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः कुलालेभ्यः कर्मारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः पुञ्जिष्ठेभ्यो निशालेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः शिशुभ्यो दण्डकृभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः मृगयुभ्यः स्वनिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः स्वभ्यः स्वपतिभ्यश्च वो नमः नमो भवाय च रुद्राय च नमः सर्वाय च पशुपतये च नमो नीलग्रीवाय च सितिकण्ठाय च नमः कपर्दिने च व्युक्तकेशाय च नमः सहस्राक्षाय च शतधन्वने च नमो गिरिशाय च शिविविष्ठाय च नमो मीढुष्टमाय चेषुमते च नमो ह्रस्वाय च वामनाय च नमो बृहते च वर्षीयसे च नमो वृद्धाय च संवृत्वने च नमो अग्र्याय च प्रथमाय च नमः आसवे चाचिराय च नमः शीघ्रियाय च शीघ्राय च नमः ऊर्म्याय चावस्वन्याय च नमः श्रोतस्याय च दीप्याय च नमो ज्येष्ठाय च कनिष्ठाय च नमः पूर्वजाय चापरजाय च नमो मध्यमाय चापगल्भाय च नमो जगन्याय च बुद्धियाय च नमः सोऽभ्याय च प्रतिसंज्ञाय च नमः याम्याय च क्षेम्याय च नमः उर्वर्याय च कल्याय च नमः श्लोक्याय चावसान्याय च नमः वन्याय च कक्ष्याय च नमः श्रवाय च प्रतिश्रवाय च नमः आसुषेणाय चासुरदाय च नमः सूराय चावविन्दते च नमो वर्मिने च वरूदिने च नमो बिल्मिने च कवचिने च नमः श्रुताय च श्रुतसेनाय च नमो दुन्दुभ्याय च हरण्याय च नमो कृष्णवे च प्रवृषाय च नमो दूताय च प्रहिताय च नमो निषङ्गिने चेषु निमले च नमः तीक्ष्णे शवे चायुधिने च नमः स्वायुधाय च सुधन्वने च नमः श्रुत्याय च पत्याय च नमः कार्याय च नीप्याय च नमः सूर्याय च सरस्याय च नमो नाद्याय च वैशन्ताय च नमः कूप्याय च वट्याय च नमो वर्षाय च वश्याय च नमो मेघ्याय च विद्युत्याय च नमः ईद्रियाय च तप्याय च नमो वाट्याय च रेश्मियाय च नमो वास्तव्याय च वास्तुपाय च ॐ हर 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 ॐ नमः सोमाय च रुद्राय च नमः साम्याय च अरुणाय च नमः शङ्गाय च पशुपतये च नमः उग्राय च भीमाय च नमो अग्रे वदाय च दूरे वदाय च नमो अग्रे च हनीयसे च नमो वृक्षेभ्यो हरिकेशेभ्यो नमस्काराय नमः शम्भवे च मयो भवे च नमः शङ्कराय च मयस्कराय च नमः शिवाय च शिवतराय च नमः सीध्याय च कूल्याय च नमः पार्याय च वार्याय च नमः प्रतरणाय चोत्तरणाय च नमः आधार्याय च लार्याय च नमः षष्ट्याय च फेन्याय च नमः सिकत्याय च प्रवाह्याय च नमः हिरण्याय च प्रपथ्याय च नमः किगुंसिलाय च क्षयणाय च नमः कपर्दिने च पुलस्त्वये च नमो गोष्ठ्याय च गृह्याय च नमः स्तम्भ्याय च गेह्याय च नमः काट्याय च गह्वरेष्ठाय च नमो हृदयाय च निवेष्ट्याय च नमः पागुंसव्याय च रजस्याय च नमः पुष्ट्याय च हरित्याय च नमो लोप्याय चोलप्याय च नमः पूर्याय च आखिरते च प्रखिरते च नमो वः गिरिकेभ्यो देवानागुं हृदयेभ्यो नमो विक्षीणकेभ्यो नमो विचिन्भक्तेभ्यो नमः निर्हतेभ्यो नमः आमिभक्तेभ्यः द्राभ्रे अन्धसस्पते दरिद्रं नीललोहिता येषां पुरुषाणां येषां पशूनां मा भेर्मा रोगो येषां किञ्चनामवत् या ते रुद्रशिवा तनु शिवा विस्वाह वेचजी शिवा रुद्रस्य वेचजी तया नो मृजीवसे इमागुं रुद्राय तवसे कपर्दिने क्षयद्वीराय प्रभरामहे मतिम् यथा नः श्रमसद्विपदे चतुष्पदे विश्वं पुष्टं ग्रामे अस्मिन्ननातुरम् मृडानो रुद्रो तनो मयस्कृति क्षयद्वीराय नमसा विधेमते यच्छं च योश्च मनुराय जे पिता तदस्याम तव रुद्रप्रणीतौ मानो महान्तमुदमानो अर्भकं मान उक्षन्तमुदमान उक्षितम् मानो वदीः पितरं मोतमातरं प्रियामानस्तनुवो रुद्ररीरिषः मानस्तोके तनये मान आयुषि मानो गोषु मानो अश्वेषु रीरिषः वीरान्मानो वनि हविष्मन्तो नमसा विधेमते आराते भोग्नहुत पूरुषग्ने क्षयद्वीराय सुन्नमस्ते ते अस्तु रक्षा च नो अधि च देव ब्रूह्यथा च नः शर्म यच्छद्विबर्हाः स्तुतिश्रुतं गर्तसदं युवानं मृगन्न भीममुपहर्तुमुग्रम् मृडाचरित्रे रुद्रस्तवानो अन्यन्ते अस्मन्निव पन्तु सेनाः परिणो रुद्रस्य हेतिर्वृणस्तु परित्वेषस्य दुर्मतिरगायोः अवस्थिरा मघवद्भ्यस्तनुष्वमेवस्तोकाय तनयाय मृडया मीडुष्टमशिव तमशिवो नः सुमना भवा परमे वृक्ष आयुधन्निदाय कृत्युं वसान आचर पिनाकं विप्रदागहि विकिरीटविलोहित नमस्ते अस्तु भगवः यास्ते सहस्रगुम्भेतयोन्यमस्मन्निव पन्तु ताः सहस्राणि सहस्रदा बाहुवोस्तव हेतयः तासामीशानो भगवः पराचीना मुखाकृधि सहस्राणि सहस्रशो ये रुद्रा अधिभूम्याम् तेषागुं सहस्रयोजने वदन्वानि तन्मसि अस्मिन् महत्यर्णवेऽन्तरिक्षे भवा अधि नीलग्रीवा श्रितिकण्ठा शर्वा अधः क्षमाचरा नीलग्रीवा श्रितिकण्ठादिवगुं रुद्रा उपश्रिताः ये वृक्षेषु सस्मिञ्जरा नीलग्रीवा विलोहिताः ये भूतानामधिपतयो विशिखासक्तपर्दिनः ये अन्येषु विविद्यन्ति पात्रेषु पिबतो जनान् ये पदां पतिरक्षय ऐलभृदायव्युदः ये तीर्थानि प्रचरन्ति श्रुतावन्तो निषङ्गिणः य एतावत् मन्तस्य भूयागुंसश्च दिशो रुद्रावितस्तिरे तेषागुं सहस्रयोजने वदन्वादिकन्मसि नमो रुद्रेभ्यो ये पृथिव्यां येऽन्तरिक्षे ये दिवि येषामन्नं वातो वर्षमिषवस्तेभ्यो दश प्राचीर्दश दक्षिणा दश प्रतीचीर्दशोदीचीर्दशोर्ध्वास्तेभ्यो नमस्ते नो मृणयन्तु येऽयं विष्णो यश्च नो द्वेष्टितं भोजं मे ददामि त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् यो रुद्रो अग्नौ यो अप्सु य ओषधीषु यो रुद्रो विश्वा भुवनानि वेश तस्मै रुद्राय नमो अस्तु एते सहस्रमयुतं पाशामृत्यो मर्त्याय हन्तवे तान् यज्ञस्य मायया सर्वानवयजामहे मृत्यवे स्वाहा मृत्यवे स्वाहा प्राणानां ग्रन्थिरसि रुद्रो मा विशान्तकः तेनान्मेनाप्यायस्व नमो रुद्राय विष्णवे मृत्युर्मे पाहि तमुष्टिभिरस्विषु सुधन्वायो विश्वस्य क्षयति भेषजस्य यक्ष्वामहेशौ मनसाय रुद्रं नमोभिर्देवमसुरं ध्रुवस्य अयं मे हस्तो भगवान् अयं मे भगवत्परः अयं मे विश्वमेशयो यगुं शिवाभिमर्शनः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं तु यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देव नारायण नमोऽस्तु ते विसर्गबिन्दुमात्राणि पदपादाक्षराणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि क्षमस्व साईश्वर अपराधसहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्निशं मया दासोऽयमिति मां मत्वा क्षमस्व साईश्वर अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष रक्ष साईश्वर हरिः ओं तत्सत् श्री साईश्वरार्पणमस्तु।
जय श्री गणेश विघ्ननाश गजानना
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 जय श्री गणेश विघ्ननाश गजानना जय हिरम्बा श्री जगदम्बा नन्दना जय हिरम्बा श्री जगदम्बा नन्दना एकदन्ता दयावन्त शुभानना एकदन्ता
सत्यसाई चरणं प्रणमाम्यहम् सत्यसाई चरणं प्रणमाम्यहम् सत्यसाई चरणं मानस भजरे गुरुचरणं साई चरणं प्रणमाम्यहम् सत्यसाई चरणं प्रणमाम्यहम् निर्मल हृदय विराजित चरणं सकल चराचर व्यापक चरणं भवसागर उतारक चरणं साई चरणं प्रणमाम्यहम् सत्यसाई चरणं प्रणमाम्यहम् सत्यसाई चरणं मानस भजरे गुरुचरणं
जय जय शङ्करी जय परमेश्वरी जय जय शङ्करी जय परमेश्वरी जय शिव शङ्करी नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
देवी दयावे जननी साई देवी दयावे जननी मां कृपालिनी मां चोर मनमोहन मेरा चित चोर जगन मोहन
मेरा चित चोर मनमोहन मेरा चित चोर जगन मोहन
बड़ा चित चोर मनमोहन मेरा चित चोर जगन मोहन
बड़ा चित चोर मनमोहन मेरा चित चोर जगन मोहन
अयोध्या के सीताराम वृंदावन के राधे श्याम अयोध्या के सीताराम वृंदावन के राधे श्याम शिरडी के साईं बाबा पुट्टपर्ती के सत्य साई शिरडी के साईं बाबा पुट्टपर्ती के सत्य साई बड़ा चित चोर मनमोहन मेरा चित चोर जगन मोहन अयोध्या के सीताराम वृंदावन के राधे श्याम शिरडी के साईं बाबा पुट्टपर्ती के सत्य साई शिरडी के साईं बाबा पुट्टपर्ती के सत्य साई बड़ा चित चोर मनमोहन मेरा चित चोर जगन मोहन
dum 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 सोमा
राम राम रविकुल सोमा
राम राम रविकुल सोमा
रविकुल सोमा
कोदंड रामा पट्टाभिरामा कोदंड रामा पट्टाभिरामा साई रामा साकेत रामा साई रामा साकेत रामा जय जय रामा जानकी रामा जय जय रामा जानकी रामा राम राम रविकुल सोमा कोदंड रामा पट्टाभिरामा साई रामा साकेत रामा जय जय रामा जानकी रामा जय जय रामा जानकी रामा राम राम रविकुल सोमा
विभूति सुंदर साईनाथ विभूति सुंदर साईनाथ विभूति सुंदर साईनाथ विभूति सुंदर साईनाथ 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 सत्य साईनाथ 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 सत्य साईनाथ गंगाधर हर सांब सदा शिव गंगाधर हर सांब सदा शिव साईनाथ सत्य साईनाथ 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 सत्य साईनाथ 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 सत्य साईनाथ विभूति सुंदर साईनाथ 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 सत्य साईनाथ गंगाधर हर सांब सदा शिव साईनाथ सत्य साईनाथ साईनाथ सत्य साईनाथ सत्य साईनाथ 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 सत्य साईनाथ विभूति सुंदर साईनाथ
मधुराधिपते राधे श्यामा
राधिपते
I offer my humble pranams at the lotus feet of our dearest Bhagwan, respected elders, brothers and sisters, Jai Sai Ram. As we approach the auspicious occasion of Avatar Declaration Day, we will now have the Bal Vikas students of Group 3, Year 3 and 4, present their thoughts and views on the significance of the day in the form of a panel discussion. Let us give them a warm welcome.
I offer my humble pranams to our dearest Swami, respected elders, brothers and sisters, Jai Sai Ram. We, the students of Mayor Hill Bal Vikas, Group 3, Year 3 and 4, offer a panel discussion as Divine Lotus Feet on the memorable occasion of his Avatar Declaration. Joining us today, we have Sister Saranya, who has started at tender age and is a caring member of our class. Sister Mahati, who has spent her whole childhood in Bal Vikas and always has wonderful input. Brother Shreyas, who has started Bal Vikas at a young age and always starts conversations with interesting information. Brother Shrey, who has also started Bal Vikas at a tender age and his whole childhood, who always has amazing inputs and always brings a positive attitude to everything. And finally, Brother Anish, who has also started Bal Vikas at a young age through Foundation and always brings positive attitude toward any classes. 20th October is a historic and momentous day. Bhagwan would often refer to this day as the day the change happened. Recollecting that day, Bhagwan would recount on how on the way to school, he lost a collar pin that was gifted back to him by Municipal Chairman of Bellary. With the pin, the last strands of worldly connections dropped away. He would say, and for our redemption, and thousands like you and me, he declared himself as Satya Sai Baba. On that day, 75 years ago, Bhagwan told his shocked sister-in-law, "I have to go, my devotees are waiting for me." He seemed to have heard our call for ailing and pining souls. There was no more time to while away incognito. The sun had to come from behind the dark clouds with light and warmth the devout. But wouldn't it be a wasted opportunity if we do not make use of this sunshine in our lives? Brother Shreyas, what do you think could be the reason Swami chose that day, that year, to declare himself as an avatar?
I offer my pranams at the lotus feet of our dearest Swami, respected elders, brothers and sisters, Jai Sai Ram. I would like to thank Brother Aditya for both the question and the wonderful introduction he gave. I would like to draw parallels to a time previously where an avatar has indicated why he might come onto this world. It was said in the Bhagavad Gita, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuttanam adharmasya tadatmanam shrujamyaham. This means that when there is a decay in righteousness and a rise in unrighteousness, I myself will incarnate to destroy the unrighteous. It is well known that in 1940, there were many catastrophes, lots of turmoil, lots of chaos in this world. World War II had just begun. There were many, many natural disasters, famines, and other issues. So maybe it could be that Swami decided to incarnate and declare his avatarhood then in order to act as a beacon of hope for all the people on this world. Looking closer at the date, the 20th of October, it appears that it was directly between Diwali on the 30th of October that year and Dashera on the 10th of October that year. These two festivals are both about the victory of a good avatar over evil in the form of asuras. Similarly, that it appears between these two festivals of enlightenment and the victory of good over evil, Swami has chosen to incarnate so he too can inspire us to beat the evil that lies within us, our own monkey minds. Thank you once again, Brother Aditya, for that wonderful question.
Thank you, brother, for your insight. Indeed, Swami always picks the perfect time. So, we know Swami declared his avatarhood in a time of turmoil and chaos. Our Swami had to go through so much. His family and friends used means of black magic to clear him of this divinity. Brother Anish, why do you think Swami chose to go through this much turmoil? And what specifically can we learn from this?
I would like to offer my most humble pranams at the lotus feet of our dearest Swami. Respected elders, brothers and sisters, Jai Sai Ram. First of all, I'd like to thank Swami for everything he's done for us, such as Saver projects, SSE lessons, and many, many other things. But in particular, I'd like to thank him for teaching us to pursue the truth and follow the path of righteousness. I think Swami went through all this turmoil and chaos for us, his beloved devotees. For example, Swami demonstrated this when he went to live with his brother, Sesha Maharaji. His brother, Sesha Maharaji, relentlessly beat him, and his mother, and Sesha Maharaji's mother-in-law sent him on painful errands daily. And such was the patience of our Lord. For he, just as Rama tolerated and Krishna withstood, did this for our sake. So we follow his guiding light. He went through this to allow us to see his completely and true divinity. I think Swami wanted us to learn that when you decide to pursue the path of righteousness and truth, there will always be problems, there will always be challenges, but this should never ever deter you from pursuing the truth. Swami was convinced about his divinity and knew this to be the truth. He knew there'd be challenges, he knew there'd be problems, but he didn't let this deter him. Henceforth, he declared his avatar. So the message I believe that Swami tried to convey was that we should never ever let something deter us from following the path of righteousness and truth.
Well said, brother, well said. Now let's be transported back to the 1940s, the beautiful days where Swami used to sing amongst his devotees and take walks with them along the Chitravati. But were things really that simple? Brother Shrey, what do you think was the impact that had on people's lives back then? And what do you think are the aspects that we can learn from it?
I offer my most humble pranams at the lotus feet of our dearest Swami. Respected elders, brothers and sisters, Jai Sai Ram. I would first like to thank Brother for the question, and I would like to thank Swami for his Avatar Declaration Day. The Avatar Declaration Day by Bhagwan was a watershed moment in lives of tens to begin with, but then it manifolded into epic proportions, and now everyone on the planet knows who Swami is. Well, not everyone, but most people. But most importantly, it must have took an immense amount of courage and faith for the people in the 1940s to believe that a 14-year-old was divine incarnate. Though Swami exhibited his divinely, last it needed that leap of faith to tell oneself that he isn't just Satya, but Satya Sai Baba, divine himself. But having entrusted their faith in Baba, they were also rewarded with miracles, such as Swami's physical form. As Brother Shreyas has mentioned, Swami came in a time of turmoil, so he taught lots of people how to love and forgive, and he taught lots of people self-respect and to respect others. And he has also inspired many Seva projects, such as the Water Project and the Food Seva, and also Sai hospitals and schools. And our meeting today would not be possible without Swami. Brother, I think we can follow in his ways by following and teaching his values to other people. Thank you.
Wonderful explanation, brother. Since we are already in the 1940s, let's jump a little forward to 1970s to hear Sister Saranya narrate a personal family experience.
I offer my most humble pranams at the lotus feet of our dearest Swami. Respected elders, brothers and sisters, Jai Sai Ram. Due to Swami's divine declaration in 1940, I am most grateful to Swami for entering mine and my family's life. I am blessed to have been born into my family who have unconditional love and devotion for Swami. My grandmother has shared with me some very interesting stories about her devotion and early memories of Swami. I'm delighted to be able to share some of her stories with you. Her journey in the organization started in the late 70s. She knew Swami from the age of 11 years old. At that time, she used to be very afraid of telling everyone at school she was on the side path because people were very skeptical of our beloved Swami. So they used to hide the pendants or lockets of Swami's protection as people thought Swami was a fraudster. After her marriage, she lived with her in-laws. They were also following the path of our beloved Swami. Her father-in-law was a very hard devotee of Swami and was the pioneer member of the construction of the Sai Mandir in Chatsworth. He lived a life of humility and simplicity. He suffered from pain in his legs, and the doctor diagnosed it as varicose veins. The pouring of black tea on his legs cured varicose veins. Let me tell you the story about the significance of the black tea. In the early 70s, South Africans began to worship Swami, and the following example was one of the ways in which devotees started having faith in Swami. Within households, there appeared fungi that looked like a roti. When this fungus appeared, black tea was poured onto it daily for 7 days. Each day, the black tea was extracted from the fungus and fresh tea was poured onto it. Every Thursday, family distributed this fungi to people as Mahaprasadam. This was considered to be Swami's Mahaprasadam and cured many ailments in the 70s. The tea that was extracted from the fungus was strong and smelt like vibhuti. It was this black tea that her father-in-law religiously bathed his feet. With intense faith in Swami, his feet were cured from varicose veins. My grandma firmly believes that Swami is a living God. I hope her story inspired you. Over and above all, knowing him is the biggest miracle in our lives. Being a devotee in the 1970s were difficult, but with complete devotion in Swami, people were able to keep their faith in Swami steadfast. Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you, sister. What a memorable experience. Who knew black tea could be so magical? I think surely it wasn't the black tea, it was the immense faith in Swami. Speaking of which, how can our faith in Swami's declaration, an event that happened 82 years ago, still be deepened today when Swami's physical form is no longer accessible? Sister Mahati, if you could please share your thoughts.
My most humble pranams at the lotus feet of our dearest Swami, and my loving Sairam to everyone present here. Brother, actually, the way I see it is by declaring himself as an avatar, Swami flung open a door into each and every one of our lives, beyond which lies a beautiful path that must be taken. And this path is not always smooth. This path is called faith. Of course, as Brother Anish had said, Swami had bared so much suffering, like the mother bearing the pains of pregnancy for the sake of her child. We, as his children, must not let his suffering go in vain. I think, brother, in a way, we each have our own tribulations in the path of faith. Devotees of that time had their own fair share of inconveniences, as people would throw rocks at them and ask them who it was, this 14-year-old god. For us, the foundation has been laid, but perhaps we face a different challenge on the very same path. As we are all present here today, there may be some of us who have not been able to connect with Swami on a physical level. So perhaps, brother, don't you think this is a way Swami has decided to develop our faith? For everyone, regardless of when you were introduced to Swami, there's a journey from where Swami goes from the God in the photo to my Swami and my life. A very beautiful journey, I must say. And so, as a child learns to love the mother in the womb just by hearing her voice without even knowing her form. In that way, we wish to love you, dearest Swami, our ever-present Lord. And knowing this, may we continue to spread your mission and love. For in the Bhagavad Gita, you say that those with such tremendous faith are the most dear to you. Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you, sister, for that incredible insight. Now we know how to connect to Swami when his physical form is not accessible. But what we need to think about is what his declaration means to us personally. For me, it means a lot, as in my family, I'm the first devotee. And I found Swami because of Balvikas. And I think Swami led me here to find out about him and to lead me into talking about how he became an idol to everyone, a leader to everyone, and a friend to everyone. On the behalf of everyone, thank you, Swami, for being here, as we have been the biggest beneficiaries of your declaration. And please bless us with abundant strength to live our lives in total awareness of the truth and dedicate all our actions to you. Thank you for being our audience. Jai Sai Ram.
Every single part of it means anything to me.
Swami says, Avatarinchita yantulo arthamemi. Why does God manifest? For what does God manifest? And then Swami tells in one of his writings, he says, do you think God manifests to destroy the evil? He says, no. Why does the cow produce milk? It is not for you to make coffee and have. Right? You do that also, but that is not the purpose why the cow produces the milk. The cow produces the milk for the calf. And Swami says, similarly, when an avatar comes, so many other things happen. Dharma Sthapana happens, the evil get destroyed, and probably somebody gets rewarded, some institutions get built, somebody gets education, somebody gets cured. But the avatar does not come for that. Swami said, those are all the other things that you do with milk. What is that which the avatar comes for? Swami says, Janulapai Priti Vatsalya Paratatoda. He says he comes armed with two kinds of love. He says Priti and Vatsalya. Priti is interpersonal love, right? You have the love between two people. And Vatsalyam is the love that a mother has for the child. We all know God loves, right? We have no doubt about that. But does he love me? The avatar comes for that, to build that one-on-one relationship with each one of us. And that is why he specifically says, equipped with Priti and Vatsalya I come. So that you look at me and say, this is my Swami. Whatever is mine is his.
Multi-faith prayers, requesting all devotees to join in the Jainism prayer. Om Namo Hariyantanam, Om Namo Siddhanam, Om Namo Ayariyanam, Om Namo Vajayanam, Namo Loe Sabasahunam, Eso Pancha Namo Karo.
Chidananda Haritu
सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोका सुखिनो भवन्तु शान्ति 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 जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की परमं पवित्रं बाबा विभूतिं परमं विचित्रं लीला विभूतिं परमं पवित्रं बाबा विभूतिं परमं विचित्रं लीला विभूतिं परमार्थ इष्टार्थ मोक्षप्रदानं परमार्थ इष्टार्थ मोक्षप्रदानं बाबा विभूतिं इदमाश्रयामि बाबा विभूतिं इदमाश्रयामि Sacred, holy and supreme is Baba's vibhuti. Pouring forth in secret stream, the stream of vibhuti. So spacious is its mighty grants liberation. Baba's vibhuti, its power protects me. Paramam pavitram Baba vibhuti. Paramam vichitram Leela vibhuti. Paramam Baba vibhuti. Paramam vichitram Leela vibhuti. Paramartha ishtartha moksha pradhanam. Paramartha ishtartha moksha pradhanam. Baba vibhuti idamashtrayami. Baba vibhuti idamashtrayami.
Jai Sai Ram. I'd like to invite Group 1 students Shayan to read the quote for the day.
Dear uncles, aunties, brothers and sisters, Jai Sai Ram. The quote for the week is, practice the vocabulary of love, unlearn the language of hate and contempt. Baba, Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you, Shayan. I'd now like to invite Sahil to read the quote for the week. Thought for the week, sorry.
I offer my most humble pranams at the lotus feet of our dear Swami. Respected elders, brothers and sisters, Jai Sai Ram. Thought for the week. At the gates of liberation, moksha, and self-realization, sakshatkara, 3 guards are posted to validate your credentials. They are peace or mental equilibrium, joy or contentment, and inquiry or discrimination. Even if one of the guards is made to become friendly, the others will facilitate your entry. First in the series is peace. If you make peace yours, contentment is yours. Contentment is the highest source of joy and the most valuable possession. It is as much as an empire. Without contentment, desire and greed attain dangerous proportions and will overwhelm the power of discrimination itself. Desire easily becomes greed, and greed degenerates into miserliness and lust, which make you flirt from object to object in mad pursuit, in the evanescent sensual joy. How can people with such qualities develop the faculty of concentration. And without the capacity to concentrate, how can they engage in meditation? And without meditation, no one can get Godhead. Baba Jai Saram.
Thank you, Sahil. Announcements for today. 97th birthday sadhana. As part of our sadhana for Swami's birthday, we are doing the sadhana of writing the name Om Shri Sai Ram every day for 97 days leading up to Swami's 97th birthday. There are now 38 days remaining, but you are most welcome to take fewer or longer days, but we would like you all to take part in this sadhana. We will collect the completed books on Swami's birthday on November 23rd and arrange to send them over to Puttaparthi for offering at Swami's Divine Sannidhi. If you need a book, please contact the spiritual coordinator. Youth engagement session. There will be a youth gathering this morning after bhajans at 10:30. The youth coordinators will lead this interactive session and we request all youth to be present. Homeless food server. Since July 2021, Mill Hill Sai Centre has been providing home-cooked dinners to the homeless guests at Hackney Night Shelter on the third Sunday of every month. We are looking for more volunteers who would be willing to make home-cooked dinners for around 10 to 12 guests. If you are not able to drop this off at the shelter, we can try to arrange someone to drop it off for you if it's brought to the centre on Sunday morning. If you are interested in this activity, please contact the service coordinators Surabhiyanti or Shankavi or the youth coordinators Arun or Vidya. Guest speaker. With the blessings of our beloved Bhagwan, we are pleased to announce that Dr. Shashank Shah will be speaking to us on the occasion of the Avatar Declaration Day and Diwali celebrations on October 23rd. Dr. Shah is an alumnus of Swami's University in Puttaparthi and a gifted speaker, having spoken in more than 50 cities around the world over 250 times, including in the presence of Swami in Puttaparthi, Vrindavan, Kodaikanal, and Chennai. He is currently a Shevering Gurukul Fellow at the Oxford University and was previously Fellow and Project Director at the South Asia Institute of the Harvard University. He is also the best-selling author of 3 management books, in addition to being the author and editor of several books on Bhagwan's life and message. Please join us with friends and family on this special program starting 9 a.m. next Sunday, which is the October 23rd. Health awareness sessions. We are pleased to announce that we will be running health awareness sessions at our centre, which will be conducted by the healthcare professionals within our centre. They will be providing useful information on common health conditions in order to raise awareness and encourage healthy lifestyles. The first session will be on Sunday, 30th of October, after the morning's programme. In this session, we will cover the following topics: blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, and nutrition. This session is open to all. Please feel free to invite friends and family who may be interested. Dress code for the centre. Based on the dress code in Puttaparthi, we are sharing below the suggested dress code for Mill Hill Sai Centre. Your dress reflects your love and respect for Bhagwan. White shirts and white trousers are preferred for men. Women are requested to wear either a sari or a full-length dress with both shoulders covered with a shawl or dupatta. Shorts, leggings, sleeveless, and tight hugging tops would not be appropriate for anyone. Bal Vikas children are requested to wear full whites for their classes. Upcoming events and festivals. Avatar Declaration Day will be on October 23rd, as previously announced. Akhand Bhajan will be held here from 6 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Sunday, 13th of November. We are also participating in the 24-hour regional Akhand Bhajans being held at Central London Sai Centre. The Mill Hill slot is from 10 p.m. to midnight on Saturday, 12th of November. Ladies' Day will be celebrated on Sunday, November 20th at the usual time. And Swami's birthday will be celebrated on 2 days, the morning of the 23rd of November and the Sunday, 27th of November at the centre. And we will also be having national birthday celebrations on the 5th of November. Finally, there is a picture of Krishna and some books being kept outside for anyone who wishes to take them home. May I now request you to remain seated while the Bal Vikas children and teachers make their way to their classrooms. This brings us to the end of the morning program. We pray to Swami to be with you always and bless you. Have a good weekend and glorious week ahead. Jai Sai Ram.